What is up, guys? I am back in the shop, and what I'm now referring to as the Straight Cut Gears Headquarters South, or SCG Headquarters South, or SCGHQ South. I don't know, because I'm down in Guatemala. Hey, real quick, guys, I want to talk about today's sponsor. Well, it's actually me. So, if you guys know, I am starting a skilled trades program down here in Guatemala. That's what this shop is for. In doing so, I'll be teaching young adults and teens the skills needed to work on vehicles, even motorcycles, which will help them to, one, maintain their own vehicles, but also maybe get better employment than what they have. It's always good to learn a skilled trade. What I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be taking 10% of all of the revenue and I'm reinvesting it back into the ministry. So this YouTube channel will be part of that ministry. If you guys are interested, there is a link down below. Click on that. That will take you to our website where you can donate one-time gifts, or if you want to join as a monthly supporter, that helps go towards rent, utilities, all of the reoccurring expenses of consumables, oil, that sort of thing. So if you guys are interested in that, click the link down below. I would greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, share the videos, helps YouTube know to share them to other people. The more views we get, the more revenue generates, the more money I can dump back into the ministry. So yeah, guys, thank you. Back to it. So I am working back on the Terracan. If you remember the last time I worked on the Terracan, I installed the body lift. Today, gotta do some maintenance stuff on it. It has developed an issue where it is overheating and losing coolant, but it doesn't have a leak. I think it's losing coolant because it's getting hot. So I bought some parts. I believe I know what the issue is. Well, I bought 3 different things that might solve the problem. So today we're going to be tackling changing the thermostat. Actually, I think putting a thermostat back in it because I don't believe there is one. I actually already changed the, hold on a second. Always noises here. I know I mentioned before, I have little lapel mics. I was gonna use it today, but the batteries are dead on them, so they're actually charging right now in the truck. Anyways, what I was saying, cooling issues. So I already changed the radiator cap, because I think the one that was on it was super cheap. And actually so here's the old one. When I took it off, it was lower. If you actually here, the one on the right is the one that was on it. If you can tell, let me turn these seconds. You can notice the one on the right is a little bit lower. The one on the left is higher. So I believe the one on the right was not even sealing. It wasn't keeping any pressure. It wasn't sealing down in here. So that's an issue. If you're not building pressure in the cooling system, you're not raising the boiling point, problems. So that's one of the fixes. Second one, if you can look down in there, well, you can't really see. This is a thermostat housing. From what I can tell, there's no thermostat in this. Again, problem. If you're running coolant through the radiator too fast and it can't take the heat out of it, you're gonna heat up. So sometimes you need to run a thermostat. And then the third issue, which these are known for, is the clutch fan. They're known for the clutch actually going bad. And so your fan, although yes, it will be spinning, it's not spinning fast enough, especially at lower speeds, which is where this has issues. Low speed idling and traffic, it gets hot. So I've got, this was the radiator cap. I've got a thermostat. I may run into an issue here with a gasket. We'll see, I'm not sure. And then I've got a new clutch. So I will have to take the old fan off of the old clutch, put it on the new clutch. So let's hop into it. I also left my tripod at home, so there's that. I'm gonna try and do my best. I'm getting old. I'm forgetting stuff. I'm just kidding. All right, let me hop into this thing. All right, so these are 11 mil, 10 mil, 12 mil. All right, so we got a 12 mil here, and then we got one here and here. I haven't drained the water out of this. It's got water in it. There's no coolant, no antifreeze. I got a pan underneath, so we'll just let it leak. But got the old Bauer 1/2-inch drive. Not a Harbor Freight sponsor, but hey, Harbor Freight, hit me up. All right. Goodness. The heck of a hold down for the dipstick. We're making a mess. Yep, we're missing. There we go. Better. All right. Let's get this out. I like this top-mounted intercooler. It's I don't know. I know it's not super unique, but it's interesting. What do you guys think? Top mount, front mount. Although, it's got the cool hood scoop that goes with it too. All right, let's see if I'm gonna be dead in the water. No pun intended, but I don't have a gasket. I'm gonna get this off without destroying the gasket. Kind of, seems to have. All right, let's tuck that there. Okay, let me get some of this water out of here. There we go. Now, where or how? Is there a recess here? Or is this not even where the thermostat goes? I honestly didn't look that up. Let me grab our thermostat. And I bought a genuine Hyundai, / Kia part. What was available on Amazon? Bought these when I was in the States the last time. Oh, come on, can you do this one-handed? Okay. So, I might have to, oh, you know what? I have a manual on my phone for this car. Let me see if I can't set you guys up somewhere. Sorry. Trying to find a good place for you guys to sit. Okay. Let's see if this looks right in here. And then if it doesn't, I'll pull up the manual on my phone. All right, let's see here. Oh, come on, you're stuck again. I mean, it's possible it sits like that. The little air bleeder's there. I guess that would seal around it. I think that's what it does. Let me look at my phone. Okay, so I think it's supposed to go under this gasket. The diagram in the manual I have on my phone doesn't show. I mean, it shows that this is the thermostat housing, but it doesn't show how it's supposed to go. I believe it's supposed to go the way I had it, but I believe it's supposed to go under this gasket. Now, I don't have a gasket, so I'm gonna try and very gingerly and carefully remove this gasket and try to reuse it, which is not the right thing to do, but it's what I'm gonna attempt to do. Oh, maybe. Oh, not terrible. Oh, it's a metal gasket. So it's a metal gasket with like a thin layer on it. Okay. Boy, I could really use some silicone. I might try an experiment with this. So let me get this cleaned up. See, I think we're good for the most part, other than this, like right here, where we're missing just a little bit of stuff. Question for you guys. Well, not really a question, because I'm gonna try it. I've got plumbing cement. Do we think this would work? Should I attempt it? You know, maybe we do a little experiment, you know, say you're in a pinch and that's all you have. Would it work? I mean, we're not making a gasket out of it. We're just trying to seal up a little bit. Could that work? I don't know if you guys are really close to my face or not. If you are, I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean, I say we give it a shot. You know, slather it on there real good. Stick it back together. I mean, it's meant for water. It's meant for PVC though, so I don't know. It's worth a shot. Worst case scenario, I got to source a gasket and some RTV. But let's give it a shot. You guys are like precariously perched on just a bunch of random stuff. So if you fall over, I'm sorry. Yeah, so there's a little recess right here where I believe the thermostat's supposed to sit. And I was noticing there's like different passages down in here. The thermostat blocks off at certain times. And one goes to the turbo, maybe the others to the EGR and some other stuff. You know, if these aren't appropriately blocked off, it could be bypassing the radiator some. I mean, not having this thermostat in here is probably not helping this at all. I think all three were an issue. I think the cap, I think the lack of a thermostat, and I believe the clutch fan. I think all three of those combined, this thing was struggling. Okay. Let's give this a shot. This might be really dumb, or it might work. It's not stupid if it works. Some of you guys are probably just screaming in the comments right now. Drop a comment down below whether you think this is gonna work or it's just gonna absolutely fail. I'll let you guys know. Wiped off some of the excess. I turned the gasket over from how it was. All right. Whew. Between that and the fumes, yeah. Okay, let's slather some on here. Does this make me a plumber? Maybe I'll come up with a new secret method. Click, click, click. All right. So that's on. Okay, now we can turn our attention to the clutch fan down here. So I have had this clutch fan off already once before. I tried a redneck fix, well, a temporary fix. I ran some sheet metal screws, some self-tappers right through the fan clutch to see if that would lock it up. It didn't work for some reason. All right, take this shroud off, which is barely hanging on anyways. The tabs are broken on it pretty badly. A little 10 millimeter here, 10 mil here, and I think that's it. And yes, I know not having the shroud on there, well, not having the complete shroud, that is part of the issue. Well, it's not helping. I don't think it's part of the issue because it was doing this before I body lifted it and deleted the shroud. So, yeah, you know, we'll just leave that right there. I think these are 12s. 4 of those. Oh, I can see, I'll show you when I get off, the screws that I put in backed off. Oh, we're gonna we're turning the engine over. Gonna do a quick snap motion. There we go. And the last one. Go! Got it. Okay. What are you guys working on? I find it fun working on things that we never had in the States. Yeah. Especially like diesels, turbo diesels. I don't have a lot of experience with diesels. So this is kind of new for me. It's a learning experience. Ooh. I dropped the nut. Okay. Yep. The pulley moved a little bit, but it's still on. All right, I'll show you these fan blade or these bolts in a second. So these are the two, that one's loose. These are the 2 screws that I added in through the clutch, but they have backed out, which could have been bad because they could have backed out enough to go through the radiator. That'd have been no bueno. Okay, so what I need to do now is try to open this with one hand again. All right, let's compare. Make sure we are relatively the same. We look to be. Okay, so I need to unbolt the fan from the housing, or from the clutch, and reattach it here. Just realized I really probably should have Loctite. Don't have Loctite. I need to make a list of stuff that I need in the shop here. If there are other things that you guys have in your shops that you just keep on hand, you know, at all times, let me know what those are. I mean, I have an idea, but I have an idea of what they are. But I always do forget. So if you've got like a list of things that you always keep around, let me know what that is, and I'm gonna buy it from the shop. All right, and out with the old, in with the new. Yep, that lines up. Don't need to go crazy on these are just little guys. Trying not to drop this in the radiator. So be very careful not to, bang into this radiator too much. Who's messing with firecrackers? Oh, I know what that is. Here. Let me gently set this down, see if I can show you guys what that noise is. You'll get a kick out of it. That cracking. That's this guy. And he sells fresh goat milk. Straight off the tap. I have not partaken. I'm not a fan of, I can't say I'm not a fan of goat milk. I've never had it, but I'm not thirsty. We'll go with that. All right, can I get this on here? Shroud being in the way, it's slightly annoying. Once I get this on, I will top this thing off with coolant, fire it up, and we'll see if we can't get it up to temp. Just let it sit here and idle. That'll be the first test. Well, obviously check for leaks too because of that, shall we say, improvised gasket fix, whatever you want to call it. Do I have a pry bar? At least if I got a pry bar, I can keep this thing from spinning. I want to make sure I get these nice and tight. It's weird, I think that the torque specs in German, it said guten tight. Alright, get our overflow back where it's supposed to be. There. Okay, let's add water. Alright. Got my jug of water here and trying to do this one-handed. All right, we didn't lose that much. I will say we do have an issue, slight issue. Might make this thing a little bit of a challenge to get all the air out of. This used to be the highest point, but when I body lifted it, it's close. The radiator right here is a touch higher, so we'll see. Oh, this is the contraption I had holding you guys. Little phone mount, clamp, vice grip, just kind of sitting in here. You know, that's what happens when you forget stuff. Okay, yeah, let's fire this up. If it will fire up. The battery's not great. All right. Already spitting water out. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hook up my scan tool because this doesn't have like an accurate gauge. It's just like a hot, cold. So I'm gonna hook up my scan tool. That way I can actually look at the temperature. All right, so we've been running about 20 minutes. I'm not seeing any leaks. Not seeing any leaks around our sketchy gasket repair. And then let's see what the scanner's saying. All right, engine coolant temp. So 154, like I said, we're running about 20 minutes. Still coming up. Yeah, so I guess we'll wait a little longer and see what it does. All right, it's been about another 10 minutes and we're finally up to 183. I believe that's what the thermostat should open at. So far so good, no leaks. Dry around the housing. So, yeah. Got pressure in the hose. So, yeah, I'm just gonna let it sit here for a little longer. If everything seems good and it doesn't want to overheat just idling here, I'll take it out for a drive. I really noticed it when we were climbing like a steep grade. And so there's a road near here up to another village I can take. It's really steep. I can see how it does there. Yeah, may have it fixed. All right, so I'm holding about 2,000 RPM. Helping it warm up more. So we're at 192, 193, yeah. So I'm gonna just do this for a while, see if it can maintain its temperature. Yeah, see it drop back down some. I wonder if that, you know what? I think that thermostat just opened. I wonder if it opens at 190. Yeah, because we're dropping back down. That's a good sign. All right, I think we're good. I got it up to like 197, holding it at like 2,500 RPM. And then it just came right back down. Everything seems to be going good. So I think the next test is taking this thing for a drive. All right, so I am back in the Terracan. I drove around a little bit this morning. Seems to have been okay, but it was mainly flat road driving. I think it's gonna be fine, but I'm gonna go up to this little village north of us and see how it does. It's a really steep road. That's when this thing really struggled before. So we'll see. Yep, so I got the scan tool hooked up. The very top one there is engine coolant temp, just because the gauge isn't great on this. So yeah, let's take a drive and see how this fares. So when I was driving this around this morning, the highest temperature I saw was right around like 200, 201. And then it settled back down, or went back down to like, it'd get down to like 190 if we were moving. So like I said, I think it's okay. But we'll see here in a minute once I get out of town and start going uphill. a little bit more information. We are right at about 5,800 feet of elevation. So we'll see what we get up to here in a minute. And I got to thinking too, so with the cooling system, the reason it's pressurized is that raises the boiling point of water. And the higher you go in elevation, that lowers the boiling point of water. So if this thing had a bad radiator cap, which was not pressurizing the system, we're lowering the point at which the water's, or actually we're not raising the point at which the water is boiling. And then because we're at elevation, we're lowering the boiling point. So this thing could have been boiling at like 190, given the elevations that we were seeing. So that's another reason this thing was overheating. Because once you start boiling the system, you're kind of screwed. So I think that was a huge contributing factor, was that radiator cap. So yeah, we'll see how much we climb here in just a few minutes. All right, so we're heading out of town here, and I think where we're going is up on top of that hill, if I remember correctly. So we are sitting at, I don't know if this will, no, it's gonna be blurry because I got the autofocus set, or I got the focus set for further out because I got a little bit of rain on the windshield, so I was trying to focus on the raindrop. So we are sitting at 194 right now. Again, that's normal. So we'll just keep on heading up the hill. And we are leaving pavement now. I think we leave pavement for a little bit here. I really do enjoy driving on, you know, yeah, the roads are obviously dirt and in rough condition, but it is enjoyable to drive on. It's definitely an experience. It's an adventure. Yeah. These roads are really washed out right now because we're at the beginning of rainy season. So we've had a bunch of rain. So there's a lot of little ruts and stuff from the water coming down the mountain. Jumped up to 197 for a second, but we're dropping back down. We're at 195. And I remember from the last time I was up here, it's a really cool view. When I get to the top, I'll check this thing over. I also need to take a look at our little improvised fix with the PVC cement and see if that's holding. Now we're up 198.5. Starting to get a bit steeper. We're up at 199. Just hit 200. I did see online, you know, if you're climbing with these Terracans, I saw a post about, you know, hitting 212 or 100 degrees Celsius on a climb isn't abnormal, but it should cool itself back off, which this thing would not do. It spit all the coolant out, which if it was, you know, constantly boiling and the cap's not sealing and it's going into the overflow, then it's going to do that. So we're at 202. A little bit of a switchback. Definitely getting steeper now. The camera's not going to show it, but it's pretty steep. Holding 201. Even steeper yet. Climbing 204. It's pretty up here though. To 4.6. I I do like that it's, you know, it's climbing some, but it's also dropping back off some, which shows me that it is trying to control it. 207. Got a little bit of rain trying to start. Hopefully it doesn't start raining too much while I'm up here, because I got that dirt road to contend with on the way back. I dropped it in the low, that'll help out a little bit. Temperature is holding about 210.2. Yeah, 208. Oh, back to 209. Well, that's good. So it got up to like 210, and then it started coming back down. So that's nice to see. Yeah, 210.2 again. But we're only doing 25 kilometers an hour. So what is that? Like 15 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour? I'm not good on my math there. Conversions. So we're moving slow, so not a lot of airflow, and under, pretty decent load. So that's not how much we're concerned. So this next section gets super steep. Again, the camera's not going to show it, but yeah. It kind of gives you an idea of how steep we are. And then we got a little tight turn. And more just climbing. I don't know if you can tell, like, judging off the angle of the doors on the houses versus the road, how steep this is. Yeah. Okay, we're at 209. So if we get to the top, I'll pop the hood and take a look around. But I think we may have solved our problem. This thing would not have done this before without overheating. Alright, so let's pull in over here. And check this thing over. So we're sitting at 208. Not bad. Alright, so let's hop out and take a look, make sure we're not leaking. And I think we may have solved our problem. Alright. I don't see anything leaking. Yeah. Everything looks okay. Yeah, before too, this thing it'd be boiling water in the overflow, and it's not. So, I think we're good. All right, just got back in the car. It's starting to sprinkle a little bit. But I did just check our altitude. So we were at like 5,810 feet before. Now where we are here, it was like a 15-minute drive, 12-minute drive. We are over 7,300 feet of elevation. So if my math is correct, 1,200 feet? No, that's 1,500 feet of elevation. So pretty significant amount of elevation in not a long time. So let me see if I can get a good view for you guys. This is a view from up here. It's a little bit hazy today because of the rain, but see some of the mountains off in the distance. We came from like way down over there. So yeah, it is beautiful up here and quiet, but the rain's starting to come down, so might need to start making my way down. But we're at 202, so we're good. All right, well, let's make our way down. Oh, I did today at the store, just in case that didn't work, I found some Dynatex black gasket maker RTV silicone. So if that does fail, I can properly fix it. So, all right, let's spin this thing around and head down the hill. All right, yeah, we're about 14 minutes to get back. It's only 6 kilometers, which again. I'm bad at my conversions. That's a little over like what, 3.5 miles? But look at that view in front of us. It's gorgeous. Yeah, pretty much gonna be idling and on the brakes the whole way down now. Don't get that in Ohio. Hey, look, the original off-road vehicle. They're only 1 horsepower though, but they are 4-wheel drive. Man, you lose brakes here, I think your best bet's aim for the concrete building, because otherwise you're going to go through that rickety tree branch and barbed wire fence, and you're not stopping for a while. I forgot this thing does have a altimeter, I guess you would call it. Yeah, so we're over, I think up there we're over 2,000 meters, if this is accurate, because normally our house we're like 1,700 meters, so yeah. Horses are just running up the hill. That's crazy. That makes me happy that this thing seems to be running good. I was somewhat concerned that there may have been something worse, like a head gasket or a crack, because these are, it's not uncommon for these to have cracked cylinder heads. But I think we're good. I didn't think it was ever a crack, because when this thing would sit and I go to start it, it wouldn't smoke, nothing. I didn't see any leaks externally, so I didn't think it was that, but I was like, oh, you never know, it could be. But no, I think we're good. Getting back onto the dirt road. Should I go over the gravel pile? Nah, I'm just kidding. I wonder if they're gonna re-gravel this part of the road. So everything up further is all pavers, and below this is pavers. It's just this section, like, I don't know, half-mile long, 3/4 mile long section that's washed out dirt. It's amazing too, these little tuk-tuks, these little 3-wheeled moto taxis, them things go everywhere in this country. It's amazing that the places they can go with those things. Oh man, you know what I should have done? I just realized I've got what's it called? Track Addict. About a month on my phone. Could have ran Track Addict, and it would have told us like elevation that we climbed, the yaw, the pitch of the vehicle. I'll do that next time. There's a road I want to take you guys on. Super steep, super windy, beautiful views. You guys want to see that? Drop a comment down below. That's another thing too. These buses, the chicken buses, they'll go in some crazy places too. All right, so I made it back. I think we're fixed. I think all three parts I replaced, the radiator cap, the thermostat, and the clutch fan, I think they were all a contributing factor to this thing overheating. So yeah, I think we're good now. Guys, if you have any questions or comments, drop those down below. If you're interested in helping out or contributing to the skilled trades program, the workshop. There's information, there's a link below, and guys, tune in next time. Thanks.